Hey LiteWeights, I'm excited because I'm going to be trying something different for this reaction video. Usually I react to trailers. At E3 I was watching it live, but I would leave when a trailer came on that I would want to react to. And a few of you asked me to record my reactions as it was live. I don't stream yet, so it's not possible for me to stream my reactions as things are happening. But IGN is going to be live streaming some CyberPunk gameplay, so what I'm going to do is kind of a mix of the two. I'm going to be reacting to it as it's live, but I'm going to be recording it. So it's not as good as a live stream of me reacting to the live stream, but it's the best I can do at this point. Let me know your thoughts on this method. I'm not sure how it will work out. I guess we'll see, but at least I'm trying something new. So hopefully you guys like it. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure that you do that and hit that bell button after you do so that you know when I post my next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Alrighty guys, here we go.
Welcome, my name is Holly and I'm the UK Head of Communication here at CD Projekt Red, and I will be your host for today as we take a deep dive into CyberPunk 2077. We're going to be showing you a video with new gameplay and new gameplay mechanics, and afterwards I'll be joined by three of our developers, Miles, Philip and Pavel, as we take a closer look at some of the things you're going to see and hopefully answer some of your questions. On behalf of everybody at CD Projekt Red, we're incredibly excited to share this new look at CyberPunk 2077 with you.
I love her hair. Give me a major Aloy vibes.
Hey V, you alright?
Let's do this.
Give out what this is.
Okay. What now?
Papi.
Johnny?
You Papi? On a cloche.
What is going on?
Where are we?
BBS, Data Fortress. Bridge to the deep net. Beyond, there are no borders. Beyond the black wall.
Welcome to the CyberPunk 2077 2019 Deep Dive video. In last year's gameplay reveal, we showed you our vision for the world of CyberPunk 2077, its quests, and visual design. This year, we'd like to give you a peek at some of the playstyles you'll be able to adopt as your character progresses through the story.
Here goes nothing.
You're about to see sequences embodying two distinct approaches to playing Cyberpunk. We'll show you a strong solo build, that is, a character who focuses on employing blunt force and taking instant action, and a netrunner build, a playstyle taking frequent advantage of stealth tactics, hacking, and battlefield control achieved using malicious software.
I would love to do that, but we know I'm not good enough at
Learn
stealth.
more about Pacifica, one of the game's districts. Two gangs, the Animals and the Voodoo Boys. And you'll see glimpses of Johnny Silverhand, the digital construct who haunts our main character, V. A word of caution. Given that the video covers a section of the game deep into the main storyline, we have edited the footage to contain as few spoilers as possible. Be aware that the gameplay as presented does reveal characters and locations you'll see while playing the game's main story arc. So watch
Alright,
at
guys.
your own discretion.
So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch this. But really, you should still watch
Where
this.
we headed?
Don't go anywhere.
This way.
In this video, you'll experience a segment of a quest from the middle of the game. We're currently in Pacifica, one of Night City's 6 unique districts.
You know Pacifica well.
Nah. You guys aren't exactly great at rolling out the welcome mat for outsiders.
It was designed to be a tourist hotspot within the city. As you can see, this didn't pan out. When uncertainty struck the global economy, investors pulled their funding, leaving most establishments unfinished. It's one of those places where expectations and reality collided, resulting in a heap of disappointment.
Thanks.
Ongoing gang wars plague this part of the city. Outsiders don't come here if they don't have to. Even by Night City's standards, it's dangerous to those unfamiliar with it. Taking a casual stroll here would not be a good idea. A fast motorbike or armor-plated car would be the safer option.
More epic driving fails headed your way.
If you're in need of rare goods or illegal cyberware, Pacifica's bustling local markets are a good place to start your search. The Grand Imperial Mall is a whole other story. It was one of the last developments in Pacifica to lose its funding. Until recently it stood vacant, but now a gang called the Animals has moved in for reasons unknown.
Something's not going right for the big guy up top.
And that's what we need to learn in order to earn the trust of the Voodoo Boys, the Animals' rivals.
What the hell?
Could fucking tell me what you plan to do first.
You take job. You do what I say. So you jack in. Now.
Of the many gangs in CyberPunk 2077, the Voodoo Boys are the most skilled at using the net.
You have now seen Pedrezo Agüe, our subnet.
Why? What for?
You are my vessel now. Through Agüe, I see what you see, hear what you hear.
This mysterious gang of highly skilled netrunners has close ties to the local Haitian community.
You are V? We have been waiting.
Haitians settled in Pacifica in the 2060s after natural disasters struck their island and forced them to emigrate en masse. The Voodoo Boys gang formed around this same time, though at a smaller scale. Now the gang effectively rules Pacifica. The Voodoo Boys don't usually work with outsiders. Lucky for us, it seems they're prepared to make an exception this time.
Mr. Hand sent me. He said you got merc work needs doing.
No!
To earn their trust, we need to prove our worth. Placide, one of the Voodoo Boys' higher-ups, has offered us a mission. We need to infiltrate the Grand Imperial Mall, currently occupied by the Voodoo Boys' deadly enemy, a gang called the Animals.
20:35:07. 3 seconds before, poof, the camionette. We try to learn where the camionette come from.
The Animals are not your normal gang. Their presence in Pacifica is suspicious. They value might above all else and wear melee combat implants to raise their prowess in combat. Their beverage of choice is juice, a potent strength and speed-enhancing concoction. As sought-after bouncers, they're usually dispersed throughout town. As skilled street-level business types, they've cornered the market in illegal substances and underground live-or-die prize fights. When they converge in one spot, it's for something big. It's then they appoint the fastest and strongest among them as their ad hoc leader. In this case, it's a woman named Sasquatch.
Said you wanted my vet. No. As far as I remember, you said no bone-brain buffaloes on steroids. Afraid that's the cost of doing biz.
This is the tech Placide was talking about. It seems non-standard for the Animals. And this is where we come in. Getting to the van won't be easy, but we're more than qualified for the job, which we can complete in one of many ways. The character creation in CyberPunk 2077 is the kind you'd expect from a full-fledged RPG. You start by choosing your past, important because this unlocks special options at important story junctures.
Oh, shit.
Customize your character using a deep customization system that spans not only your look and style, but also your abilities. CyberPunk 2077 does not feature fixed classes. Instead, it has a fluid class system that allows players to mix and match a wide
I
range
love
of
that.
abilities to suit their playstyles. You can create a strong solo character, a skilled netrunner, or any other hybrid class that you can imagine.
I always make hybrid hodgepodge type of characters because I'm not good enough at any one thing.
Let's see how a solo play style in CyberPunk 2077 might work. Solos prefer a direct approach. They use guns and might to get things done. So let's wreak some havoc. With our enhanced strength, we can strip this turret of its weapons and give the animals a taste of their own medicine.
That's awesome.
Is how a player investing in solo abilities might live out their Terminator power fantasy. Enhanced strength lets us force open doors or grab enemies to use as human shields.
So I wonder if there are certain areas you'd only be able to get to with certain character types.
We also gain access to powerful melee combat cyberware. So even someone as fast and strong as Sasquatch, the leader of this group of animals, is not impossible to beat for a solo.
Or if you just have to have different strategies to get into every place.
She's out to jack in and hack us. Let's see how this plays out.
Ready for some fun? Proceed. What's going on?
Oh shit. Alright, so they have weak points that you can attack. That's good.
It's our choice if we want to finish her off or spare her. You're Cyberpunk, your rules. If you'd rather
Will that
sneak
impact our
around
story later on?
and strike from the shadows, no problem. Just develop your net running skills to get around obstacles or hack into enemy tech to have it do the dirty work for you.
Oh, I like that.
Net running abilities mean hacking skills that let us use our cyber deck to breach access points. For this, we fill the buffer of our cyber deck with a string of instructions represented by these letters and numbers. Matching the instructions for basic access grants us control of devices connected to this network. The more instructions we match, the more control we gain over elements in the network. We can hack our way through in numerous ways. A quick hack may grant us control of the security camera. Another one should let us tweak the difficulty of the training bot to create a distraction. With our nanowire, we can even hack this guy's implants from a distance.
That is really cool.
In this world, almost everything is connected to a local network. And that means it can be hacked.
Ours is a wolf.
That seems like it'd be so much more fun.
Which brings us back to cyberspace. You don't get to do anything in the net unnoticed. There's always someone watching. It could be corpos, or even worse, it could be Netwatch. And that is exactly the case here.
Who is they?
Netwatch. They're always out to fuck us.
Netwatch and the Voodoo Boys are like fire and ice. The first of these wants to maintain the old order and protect people from AI anarchy originating from beyond the Black Wall. The Voodoo Boys want to establish contact with the free AIs. They believe this will enable their boundless expansion on the net and grant them the upper hand over Netwatch. Netwatch sees this as the end of the world. Both are right.
Whoa, hey, easy.
How you deal with the Netwatch agent is entirely up to you. Do we side with the gang? Choosing to be on Netwatch's bad side is never wise. But can we really trust the Voodoo Boys?
You set me up!
As you can see, we have many possible options. But in each case, we take a risk.
Think I'll just stick to my plan.
Yikes, guys. I feel like you make one wrong decision and it's gonna be really bad.
That didn't work out well. In the world of cyberpunk, few things go as planned. And that was just a glimpse of how complex the branching storyline in Cyberpunk 2077 can get.
Super complex.
Every decision you make will have consequences. Your choices will shape how the world reacts to you and affect your relationships with those around you. One of those relationships is special. Ever heard of Johnny Silverhand, a rebel rocker boy who will be your companion throughout your adventure in Night City?
Come on, really think they give a rat's dick how you look?
Like everyone in Cyberpunk 2077, he has his own agenda. You'll decide if he'll be your ally or your enemy. And that chip in your head, the one thanks to which Johnny lives inside your mind. Well, that's a story for another time.
I'm really excited, you guys. Alrighty, guys. What'd you think? Every time I see something new for this game, I get more and more and more excited. This new city that they showed, Pacifica, I think it was called, definitely going to be a challenge for me. I can already tell. The fact that they said that you're not going to want to walk, you're going to want to drive everywhere. We all know my driving ability is not the greatest. But I think it's really amazing how this entire game takes place in one giant city, essentially, with different districts. There were 6 of them, I think they said. And what we've seen of Watson from the last gameplay footage to Pacifica, it doesn't feel like you're in the same place. That's kind of something that I was worried about, that if you were all in this one city, that the world would kind of feel boring or monotonous or the same. But from these 2 places that we've seen so far, these 2 districts, I don't think that's going to be the case, and I'm really excited for that. It has 2 totally different feels, 2 totally different looks, and it kind of seems like 2 totally different mentalities that are going to have to go into how you survive in these areas. And one of the things that I really loved about The Witcher was just how diverse each of those areas in the map were, and I'm hopeful that we're still going to get that with Cyberpunk. So in that aspect, I'm really excited. It was also cool seeing more of the 2 different fighting styles. Initially, I thought it would need to be more of the solo type of style, because if you watch any of my gameplay videos, you know me and Stealth do not get along very well. But after watching the more, I can't remember, the cybernetic side, I can't remember what they called that pathway, that seemed really cool. I loved how you could like interact with everything to make distractions and take out enemies for you. Probably much more challenging, but also seems much more exciting. So now I don't really know which path I want to take, but I was really, really, really excited when they said that you don't have to choose one or the other, because one thing I've always done in the game that pops to mind is Skyrim specifically. I'm never just like one play style. I like to kind of merge everything and pick pieces that I like together, and in some aspects that makes it a lot harder for me, but in other aspects it's easier for me because I don't have to rely solely on one strategy. I can kind of switch it up and just play the way that I like to play. So I like that they don't pigeonhole you like that. I'm really excited for all the customization that they were talking about. I can see myself spending way too long designing my character, and I absolutely love that. So overall, I'm still super, super excited. First impressions of the 2 gangs that they revealed, Animals and the Voodoo Boys, I think. The animals look really gross, like they're roided out and juiced up. But I don't know how I feel about the Voodoo Boys. On one hand, they seem really cool. On the other hand, the goals that they were trying to accomplish with like connecting to the AI and the other side of the black wall, I guess I don't really know enough about that part of the lore yet, but that kind of scares me because I feel like nothing good is going to happen from that. So I don't know. If you know more of the lore, you can let me know if I'm crazy, but it makes me hesitant to fully trust them and jump into their camp. But I guess we'll see. I'm also really curious to see how one decision impacts the rest of the game. They said that each decision is going to give you different encounters and different situations in the way people react to you and the way a society welcomes you or things like that. I can't remember the exact wording, but that's really interesting. That was one aspect that I loved when I played Detroit Become Human, how every little thing you did had like a consequence that rippled throughout the whole game. That's terrifying on one hand, but on the other hand, it's really, really exciting because you could spend forever playing this game and still have different choices and different outcomes, and that's amazing to me. That it seems like such an immersive world, and it seems like a game that you are just not going to be able to play through the main storyline and put down. You're going to want to keep coming back to it. And again, that's something that I loved about The Witcher. I felt like I could play and replay The Witcher over and over and over again, and that's really exciting to me. So overall, I'm still super, super pumped for this game. It looks like it's going to be a ton of fun, you guys. So let me know what you are thinking in the comments below. If you have any more lore or anything that I'm totally like messing up, let me know. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell button when you do so that you know when I post my next reaction video. And I hope that you enjoyed. Have a great day, you guys.